Hello everyone, Maryann here, revealing light, tarot, astrology and spirituality. Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. Well, we've got a lot to get through today. Apparently on Twitter there is reputable journalists as well as others are talking about a major breaking story regarding Trump. This would be his second, third October surprise. And it has to do with him allegedly, let's just say, being inappropriate with a young girl at one of his fundraisers. Apparently that there's video evidence of that, and that's doing the rounds to the major media. So far, as far as I can see, no major media has taken that up, and we have to be careful, of course, until it is checked and verified. But it seems that whatever's going on, the MAGAs are going crazy, saying that it's a deep fake and yada yada. We'll read on that. We'll ask if it is actually true, and if it is, what's the impact of that. So I want to say it has been unconfirmed. It's just a rumour at this stage, although I've seen what I would consider a reputable journalist say that it's doing the rounds now. So we don't know if it's true or not. I want to make that clear. Okay, there is further breaking news. There's just so much of it. It's, I can't read on all of it. You would have seen I want the same sort of generals that Hitler had. That was a story in the Atlantic. John Kelly, his former chief of staff, was the source of that information, absolutely confirmed. We've also had a leak, there's just leaks coming everywhere, a leaked document for a transition from his transition team, where his choices for his Attorney General include, number one is Aileen Cannon. Now, she's the judge that threw out his classified documents case that's currently before the 11th Circuit Court of Appeal. I want to know if she was promised something, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. I want to see also, I said I thought Musk would eventually be charged with the scheme to pay $1 million for voter registration. I talked about that in my last reading. Apparently the DOJ have sent him a cease and desist letter, and that they've warned him he may be running afoul of the law. We'll just check on that again. Also, I don't know if you're aware, but BRICS, which is the alternative forum, economic and other forum, that Russia and China, Brazil, India have, and other countries have began a number of years ago. That is now having its 2024 summit. There are increasing calls or increasing number of countries that are joining BRICS, and those that have put an application and are considering joining BRICS. Basically almost amounts to almost half of the world might be one day in BRICS. The other half, they call themselves the South, and then the other half, of course, would be the West. So we shouldn't take our eye off that. China and India are, of course, huge economies, huge workforce. They've just recently done a deal to stop their border skirmishes, and they've peacefully negotiated a way through that. Iran is the other country in BRICS as well. I do want to talk about, if we've got time, talk about BRICS. And I also understand that, well, it's been confirmed by the US US Defense Secretary that there are North Korean soldiers now in Ukraine fighting against the Ukrainians. And, what does that mean? Does NATO then send in troops? What happens there? That war should have been over a long time ago. We've seen the world can't afford to support these ongoing wars. So we'll take a look at all of that. If I've also got time, will JD Vance be the next MAGA leader? Because you saw the readings that I've done on Trump's health. I also want to say that it was a yes to Alzheimer's and also his symptoms of dementia. I want to point that out, that dementia is one of the main symptoms of Alzheimer's. And yes, I know there are many other forms of dementia other than Alzheimer's. I actually wrote a book for the government on all of them when I was working on a health project. Okay, so I firmly believe he's displaying dementia symptoms right now, and that ultimately a diagnosis of Alzheimer's is further down the track. Okay, so if he is taken out of the equation, who then becomes the next Donald Trump? Look, we'll get as far as we get. If we've got time, we can always take these questions up later. So it seems that every time I have an agenda, we get breaking news, and I've got to be deterred and run with that. So let's see this breaking news story about I don't want to be too graphic, but allegedly, let's just say, fondling one of his donor's daughters, and apparently there's videos to go with that. Is it just a story, or is it allegedly the real deal? So let's just take a look. It would be certainly his modus operandi, wouldn't it, with women? I've said before, he's a predator. So did Trump allegedly grope a young girl, a minor? Did Trump allegedly grope a young girl, a minor, at one of his fundraising parties? Is this story true? Is this story true? All right, so we get the the King of Pentacles. That's my card for Trump. Come out straight away. I'm using the Morgan Greer, is it? Morgan Greer Tarot. And then we have paranoia. Paranoia, worry. Interesting. Interesting cards. We get disappointment as the foundation of the reading. 3 cups lost, 1 remaining. What's going on here? He's certainly worried, even if it was a rumor that this story is going around. We have here the 5 of Swords in the past. Abusive behavior. We know that is in the past. That can also be self-sabotage as well. What's in the sky? We have victory. Odd card to come out there. We get the Hierophant, and that's the universe, that's divinity, that's the divine, that's Great Spirit, God, the universal consciousness, the universe. And so that's turned up in this reading as well. Not sure why that's there. But we get Justice. I am sure why it's here. These cards that I'm using are telling, and they did this yesterday when I was reading, a bigger story. We get Justice, Divine. Now I've got Divine Justice on the table. And the atmosphere around is romance, connections, love, whatever. 2 people. Justice, and the atmosphere around is 2 people. We get hopes and fears, the truth. I can certainly see the energy here tells me he's worried about this. And then we get the Death card. The Death card, the end of something. The end of something. We get the King of Cups. We get Wisdom, a water sign. And then we get the World, another major ending. What's going on here? And then Death, Minor Arcana Death card. This is the end of something. This is quite serious. We get the 9 of Pentacles. Of course, it was a fundraising dinner, money. And then we get the Moon, something being hidden. She might recant that. Whoever this is, You know, money talks, doesn't it? This is a high stakes election, and then we get the star card. It appears that this is quite serious, and I'm just going to draw some clarifiers on this. He's certainly worried about it, to get the death card and then a major ending. I mean, some are saying if this is true, it would end his campaign. I think he would still go right through to the election. I don't think he's going to be replaced. But it would be the end of him, wouldn't it? Okay, so am I interpreting this correctly, Spirit, please? It's giving me 2 yeses and a no as to whether it was true or not. Can you clarify the death card? Why is the death card in the outcome? So we get betrayal, broken heart, loss. What else? I've got to get these up the right way. We get the 7 of Pentacles. This is actually going to damage his and the Ace of Rods. This is actually going to damage his campaign. Absolutely damage his campaign. We get the Hanged Man there at the base of the pack. The 9 of Pentacles again. The 10 of Pentacles. The fundraisers. And then he's here again. And then we get the Sun card. So, but she could be paid off, for example, to say something else. I mean, that's what it looks like. I'm going to say allegedly it's possible that this story is actually correct. Because what I'm seeing here is it's damaging his campaign. And he's really worried about it. He's really, really worried about it. And I want to say that these cards are also saying that this is a cycle where where guardrails have been flattened, where boundaries are gone, and where it's a cycle of re-establishing those guardrails. And so it's the end of a major cycle, and we're seeing the worst of it. Okay, so yes, he's extremely worried about it. Allegedly, I'm just going to say, looks like there's some meat in this story, and that regardless, it's actually going to damage his campaign, because guess what? We already know that he's a predator. We already know that. Okay, let's move on to Cannon. Judge Aileen Cannon. Of course, he's number 1 on her list to be Attorney General. She made the classified documents case go away thus far. All right, so was she promised anything? Was she promised a spot in Trump's government in return for making the case go away? Mind you, she hasn't been successful yet, but was she promised something? There's certainly the appearance of that. I'm getting the Ace of Swords here. Was Aileen Cannon promised something in return for making the classified documents case go away? My goodness me, talk about guardrails. And there we have the deal and the contract. And then we have the 3 of Cups, circles of support. I'm reading the energy already. The Wheel of Fortune. I don't think I need to go much in depth. Making it go away as in the past. We get lies and deceit in the sky. And then we get Trump again. Wow, these cards are singing. I'm going to say yes, clarified by the Strength card. Yes. She made it go away. And allegedly, she was promised something in return. Good God. And I talk about guardrails and boundaries. It's made a mockery of guardrails and boundaries. All right, let's go to the 11th Circuit Court. The 11th Circuit Court. So they're yet to hand down their ruling. Will they overturn Judge Cannon's decision to throw the case out? Will the appeals court overturn Judge Cannon's decision? Will the appeals court overturn Judge Cannon's decision to throw Trump's case out? Okay, something's come out here. We get the Page of Rods. That that you're speaking something, the start of something, the start of perhaps a new narrative. Will they throw her case? Will they appeal? Will they uphold the appeal, Jack Smith's appeal? Will they uphold Jack Smith's appeal? King of Pentacles comes out again, and then we get abuse of power. Then we get suspending something. Then we get the Emperor, the former president. We get lies and deceit, oh my God, in the sky. And we get the Chariot. You're going to get a decision on that soon, and it's coming really quickly. And we get justice. They're going to overturn it big time. Big time. Big time. And quickly. That decision's coming soon. Now I want to know if they're going to throw her off. Because just because they reinstate it doesn't mean that she would be taken off the case. Will they also throw her off the case? God, divine justice, all right. Will Judge Cannon be taken off Trump's classified documents case? Be taken off the classified document. Ooh, there's the Fool again. New starts, yes. A new judge is brought in. Who should be taken off the case? Ooh, those two want to come out. The cards are really talking to today. We've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. The end of a cycle, doing it tough, taking on too much. The Ace of Pentacles is the new cycle. Weighing up their options can be also manipulation. Choices, her choices could have been manipulative. In the past, we get the Disappointment card. 3 cups lost, but there's 1 cup remaining. What do you think that 1 cup is? There we get the Death card coming up. She's gone. And then we get the Hanged Man suspending something. The end of something. The Queen of Pentacles is, I guess, well, it's national security, basically. And it's the world's national security as well. I keep saying he didn't just give away US secrets. He had UK and Australia and Canada. He had Five Eyes documents, hopes and fears, the president, and then we get lies and deceit. The High Priestess, and we get new starts. I'm going to say that this decision, the past, is coming in thick and fast. Betrayal of what? Her oath, and the spy in the camp. I'm going to say that the fact that there's a leaked transition document is putting pressure now on the 11th Circuit Court to make that ruling. I think they're going to do so really quickly. I think that they'll rule, as I've always predicted, that they'll uphold Jack Smith's appeal, and it's quite possible from those cards they might slam her and take her, or recommend she be taken off the case. All right, so let's go to... I just want to visit Elon Musk once again. He's got the cease and desist letter. Okay, Musk. Okay, you've got your cease and desist letter. You've been warned you might be running afoul of the law. This is the first step towards a charge. He only runs a super PAC, so I don't care about that 60-day rule. He's not running for office, although you'd think he was. Remember, he told, I think, who was it, in one of the interviews, Tucker Carlson may have been, I can't become president because I wasn't born here, or whatever that rule is, but I can become a de facto president. In other words, with my man in the Oval Office. All right, so are they going to charge? Are the DOJ going to eventually charge Musk? Remember, he's got a lot of packed. I found a huge number of cases, legal cases he's embroiled in. Let's see. Musk, are you going to be charged by a DOJ? By the DOJ. Musk, are you going to be charged by the DOJ? Alrighty, so we get the Page of Pentacles. Not a strong yes. And then the Queen of Cups. We get a deal. We get circles of support and celebrations. That's in the past. Now we get the Chariot. Now we're cutting to the energy. Now we get the sun, full illumination. We get it's kind of over type thing for him, and then having to defend himself. He's already like under huge indictment, or not indictment, but fighting off the just everyone, government. Knight of Rods, something is on the move, and then we get the Ten of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Something changes, and then we get walking away from loss, and the Three of Pentacles. They're working on it right now. This is not so different. They're weighing up their options, and then we get a deal. They're taking the approach that stop doing it. There's the money that he's handing over, and then Ten of Swords, Page of Rods. He may. I can't say for certain, other than really warning him. Like he's really being warned. It's the end of him in any case. Illusion, delusion, and there's the Justice card and the Queen. Okay, I think under Harris's new department, it's quite possible that they will revisit this and charge him. I think that this current DOJ won't be the ones that the current Attorney General won't be the ones to do the charges. I think it's Harris. Harris pursues the charges. Okay, so yeah, I'm hearing that's the way it's going to go. All right, so North Korea troops in Ukraine. Never thought we'd see such a thing. It's not just weapons now. They're actually putting other countries' soldiers into Ukraine to fight the Ukrainians. What are we doing? What are we doing? Letting Ukrainians die while the might of Russia and North Korean soldiers are now fighting in Ukraine? I've already read there's a manpower issue in terms of their soldiers. Ukraine doesn't have an unending supply of soldiers. So what's going to happen now? What is going to happen now? Let's have a look. South Korea. Will South Korea give Ukraine weapons? Will South Korea give Ukraine weapons? They're coveted South Korean military technology. We get home, families, reunions, and we get the Hierophant card. Seems like it's a foregone conclusion. I feel also that Harris will have a new policy on Ukraine when she comes in. We get inevitability in the past, and we get the Wheel of Fortune. I think it's quite, wish fulfillment. Yeah. The deal's being worked out right now. I think that Ukraine will get South Korean military weaponry. Okay, what is NATO going to do? Are they going to send in troops to guard the Belarus border so that frees up Ukrainians to fight on their eastern front? Let's have a look. Will NATO? It seems like Europe's lost their appetite for war. Let's have a look. I hope they're not going to forget Ukrainians. Will NATO send in any troops? Will any country send in troops to help Ukraine? Will any country send in troops to help Ukraine? All right, so we've got the Page of Cups. There's something surprising on the wind, and we've got movement out of troubled waters, and we get the Ten of Cups, families. We get the Eight of Pentacles, skill, the Apprentice. We get the Hermit card, isolation. That's in the sky, and we get the Sun card. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Eight of Pentacles, yes, skill. They'll be training. South Korean soldiers will be training Ukrainians on use of the weaponry. Missiles, sky, defensive systems. Hopes and fears is insecurity. Money's running short. Money supply will dry up. That Ukraine will be left. But I get that. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah. Okay. I get that. Well, there's the deceit there, not the something being unguarded, the truth emerging, and then we get the Chariot, the Knight of Rods. I think it's highly possible that Harris's policy changes on Ukraine in some way, and I think this is a yes. I think that troops, I don't think they're American troops, they would be NATO troops, go in some way to help. I see South Koreans in there training the Ukrainians on the weaponry use. So Ukraine will be given that help. All right, one last question on... Oh, okay, we've got a little bit of time. Just want to have a look at BRICS. BRICS. So it's Brazil, Russia, India, or India or Iran? Hang on, let's see. BRICS. What does BRICS stand for? Okie dokie, BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, yeah. India, China, and South Africa. Okay. But they have additional members now, and a whole lineup of countries that want to join. Okay, show me BRICS. So these were the founding members. They're talking about a new currency so that the US dollar isn't the main currency, trading currency that's used for trade. I'm not sure what that currency would be. Can you see the world using India using the Chinese yen? I don't think so. Let's have a look. BRICS. Let's see. Will BRICS... show me the future of BRICS. Show me the future of BRICS. So I think governments all around the world are briefing, their government staff are writing briefs on how this might impact on trade, particularly countries like mine that trade with China, do a lot of trade with China. There's just a lot of writing going on. I can see people writing. Okay, so home, family, country. How's this going to affect my country? All right, so show me the future of BRICS. Show me the future of BRICS. Show me the future of BRICS. Queen of Rods. Yeah, I keep getting Harris. Looking at things another way, sacrifice, suspension, pausing something. We get decisions, crossroads. We get the past, in the past position, interestingly. We get the Page of Rods, it's a small start. Okay, so I'm seeing already that the power, while it's ambitious, and I'm not discounting these countries, it's only in its infancy. We get the Queen of Swords, so there's going to be some kind of international... Harris is going to do something in relation to internationally using some kind of, whether it's the World Bank or the World Trade Organization. There's something here that she's levers she's going to pull. We have the King of Cups right here in the present, and we get a downfall. So I think that's the end of the Biden era. You can expect much different economic policies and international policies, I think, from Harris. We get circles of support in the hopes and fears. I mean, this is everybody's fear. And we get defending oneself. Okay. Walking away from what no longer serves us. And then the Three of Pentacles. So it's going to be we're on one side, they're on the other. And there's going to be a lot of this will be fought out. The Nine of Rods, guardrails and boundaries. Harris is going to try and put those legal boundaries there. This is a big shake-up. Economically, internationally, trade, what's legal, what's not. We get the King of Pentacles and the presidency. It's one of the reasons why they want Trump in there to Trump is a useful idiot, isn't he? He would be doing something that would be contrary to American interests for Vladimir Putin. I see Harris not fighting this, but taking a more aggressive approach to BRICS than what perhaps her predecessor has. And I see some of these battles being fought out in the international organisations around trade, etc. BRICS will continue to grow, and it'll be that situation. I can't see that there would be common ground at this point between BRICS and the West. Okay, so although India's there as well, I think it's going to be fought out in the international legal arenas. All right, so let's have one last look at Vance, J.D. Vance. Wow, looks like Trump's campaign is finished. Looks like Harris will go after Musk when she is president. Let's have a look. With Trump, Trump's not going to go away. He'll be there in his demented state for a while yet. But his campaign, his bid to become president will be over. Will J.D. Vance become the next MAGA leader? He just doesn't have that charisma, does he? He can't convince you, unlike Donald Trump. He can't walk down Fifth Avenue and kill someone and get away with it. Boundaries and guardrails. Boundaries and guardrails post-Trump. All right, will J.D. Vance be the next MAGA leader? These cards. Wheel of Fortune, but then we get the nine of Swords. Not necessarily. He won't be as lucky as Trump either. I want to say that Uranus squaring Trump's Mars, and I will look at Trump's chart in the next week or so. It speaks of these bombshells. It speaks of misfortune. It speaks of assassination attempts, and again next March. So Trump is right to be afraid, paranoid even. I won't say paranoid, but afraid for his safety, because he has created a lot of enemies nationally within the US and internationally. Okay, so let's take a look. Will J.D. Vance be the next MAGA leader? And we have the King of Cups, a water sign, and downfall, complete and utter downfall. Wisdom gone. We get my card for the Democrats, home and family. We have strength in the past. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the rise of women. It's more likely to be Haley. Not Haley being the leader of MAGAs, but Haley being the leader of the Republicans. We get the Ace of Rods, new starts. We get an abuse of power in the here and now, and then manipulation and weighing things up, taking on too much. We get defending oneself in the hopes and fears, and then we get the Knight of Swords, truth-telling. And then we get the Eight of Pentacles. That is the apprenticeship card, but we get loss and walking away. I just don't get the feeling that Three of Pentacles, it'll be donors beyond Musk who might make this decision. They will have lost faith because, things didn't go their way. Endings are new beginnings. I think it's someone completely different. The Moon, the Three of Swords, etc. These aren't good cards for J.D. Vance's future. I don't think you need to worry about him. All right, I'll leave it there. Looks like that story will come out. And it's going to be damaging for Trump. And you saw the cards. And expect an appeals court's decision very soon. They uphold Jack Smith, and it looks like they're going to be absolutely scathing towards Cannon. Vance just doesn't have it in him, even though he's who he is. The You know, he's one thing one day, another the next. Looks like Harris is going after Musk. And in relation to BRICS and Ukraine, Harris has got a different policy, a different international policy from Biden. So that will be interesting to see that unfold. All right, bye for now.